You hop into your car, turn the key, or press the push button, and drive away without even thinking. But what if I told you? The way you're starting your car might actually be destroying your engine slowly, costing you thousands in repairs you could have easily avoided. Most drivers make the same mistakes every single morning without realizing the damage they're doing. And today, we're breaking down the biggest starting mistakes that silently kill your car's engine, and what you should do instead to make it last years longer. But before we dive in, I want to remind you, if you're enjoying videos like this and want to learn more about protecting your car and yourself, make sure you subscribe to Gear Specs. By subscribing, not only will you stay one step ahead of these mistakes, but you'll also help me complete my monetization goals so I can pay my college fees and continue creating valuable car content for you. Thank you for your support. It truly means a lot. Alright, let's get into it. Number 1. Revving the engine immediately after start. So many drivers believe that giving the engine a good rev after starting helps it warm up faster. In reality, this is one of the worst things you can do. Here's why. When you first start your engine, the oil is still sitting in the bottom of the oil pan. It takes about 10 to 20 seconds for it to fully circulate and coat all the moving parts like pistons, valves, and the crankshaft. Revving the engine before this happens forces dry metal components to grind against each other, which causes early wear and tear. Instead, just start the car and let it idle for a few seconds before driving away. That's really all it takes to protect your engine. So, let's talk about starting and immediately flooring the gas pedal. Some drivers, press hard on the gas pedal as soon as the engine starts, thinking it gives the car more power. But here's the thing, this actually floods the combustion chamber with fuel at a time when the spark plugs and pistons are still stabilizing. Now, not only does this waste fuel, but it can also foul spark plugs and reduce their lifespan. It's kind of like a double whammy, right? A smooth, steady start is always better. Seriously, it's the way to go for a longer-lasting engine and better fuel efficiency. So, when you turn the ignition on, your dashboard briefly lights up with multiple indicators. These aren't just random lights. They're actually your car's way of checking all its systems. Ignoring them or immediately cranking the engine without letting the system finish its check can cause you to miss early warning signs like low oil pressure, a weak battery, or even a failing alternator. Just take 2 seconds to glance at your dashboard before starting up. Seriously, those few seconds could save you thousands in future repairs. Alright, so, starting in the wrong gear. Believe it or not, some folks try to start their car in gear without pressing the clutch, if it's a manual, or without putting the car in park or neutral, if it's an automatic. This can put unnecessary strain on your starter motor and transmission, which is definitely something you want to avoid. Always make sure the car is in the correct position before turning the key or pressing the button. It's a small step, but it makes a big difference. Moving on, if you drive a diesel, not waiting for the glow plugs is a mistake that's, super common. Glow plugs need a few seconds to heat up before ignition, especially when it's cold outside. So, just give it a moment, and your engine will thank you for it. Now let's talk about what happens if you don't wait. Starting without waiting for the glow plug indicator light to switch off can make the engine struggle, burn more fuel, and even shorten its lifespan. So, yeah, patience really pays off here. So, rapid key twisting, also known as starter abuse, is something a lot of drivers do without even thinking. Some folks twist the key way too quickly, or even worse, they just hold it cranked for too long. Both of these habits, honestly, can really damage your starter motor over time. The right way to start your car is actually pretty simple. Just turn the key smoothly, let the engine catch, and then, release it immediately. If your car doesn't start right away, it's best to pause for a few seconds before trying again. That way you avoid putting unnecessary stress on the starter. Another big mistake is not letting your car settle before you drive off. Seriously, one of the biggest killers of engines isn't even how you drive, it's actually how you start. If you just throw the car into gear and take off instantly, the oil hasn't had a chance to circulate properly yet. This leads to what's called dry starts. And over time, that kind of wear can really break down your engine. So, here's the fix, and it's surprisingly simple. Just let the engine idle for, about 10 to 20 seconds, that's really it. We're not talking minutes here, just a few seconds. Alright, let's dive into cold weather starts without preparation. In those freezing temperatures, your oil thickens up and your battery, well, it weakens. Starting the car without any preparation puts some extreme strain on both. Now for some cold weather solutions. Using a block heater, choosing a proper winter oil grade, or even turning off accessories like the AC or radio during startup can really save your battery and engine in the long run. Another mistake is leaving your headlights, AC, or even your music blasting when you start the car. This actually forces the battery to divide its power between starting the engine and powering all those accessories. The result? Well, you get a weak start and your battery drains a lot faster. So, always switch accessories off before cranking. If your car squeals, rattles, or clicks when starting, don't ignore it. These are early warning signs of issues like a loose serpentine belt, a weak starter, or a failing alternator. Addressing them early can, really prevent breakdowns later. And there you have it, the most common starting mistakes that silently kill your engine. The good news? Avoiding them is simple, and by making just a few small changes to your routine, you can easily add years of life to your car's engine. And once again, I want to remind you, if you found this video helpful, please subscribe to Gear Specs. By subscribing, you'll not only stay ahead of costly mistakes, but you'll also directly support me in reaching my monetization goal, so I can pay for college and continue creating more valuable car content just like this. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next